The 15th of January is going to be a very, very pivotal moment for the crypto market as well as the traditional markets. We've got some very important data, and it's data that the Federal Reserve, the FOMC, will be taking very, very seriously. And obviously, a lot of people in the crypto and the stock markets are taking it very serious as well, because it's definitely a market mover. And I'll get into that in just a little while. But also, I want to talk about CRO as well, and crypto.com, and also Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance, because a lot of us do own CRO and do own Bitcoin as well. So before I start, smash the like button and give a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. When I do these videos, I do these videos pretty much for free. I'm not sponsored by absolutely nobody. This is just all done because I enjoy making these videos. So, like I said, your support is always much appreciated, and it costs you absolutely nothing as well. So we could have a look on the monthly as well. It's not looking great. There's a lot of coins down, like gaming tokens coins are down as well. Like IMX is down a whopping 31%, Beam down 27%, Pepe down 19%, we've got Curve down 20%, we've got Brett down a whopping 30%, and Hex down 53%. So on the weekly, monthly is not looking too good either. A lot of coins are down 10, 12, 18% on the week. The daily down around about 3 to 4%, 5% generally. And on the hourly, we're sort of a bit of a mixed bag, sort of up a bit, a percentage, a point, or such like, but nothing actually to smile about right now. It's a lot of I'm seeing a lot of fear in the market. A lot of people getting worried. But like I say, is this like an opportunity? You could treat fear in the market when we've had these big, I wouldn't say corrections, pullbacks, I would say, is an opportunity. If you haven't got any finances on side to help to buy the dip, generally if you're in the market, just sit on your hands. Be patient. Just come out there and enjoy yourself. But if you have, it is a DCAing opportunity. I have DCA'd a little bit more with the total understanding here that we could drop down a tiny bit more. So, but obviously, it could turn around and we could start going up to Valhalla. So it's like I said, when it comes to crypto, it's highly risk. It's highly speculative as well. So you just got to bear that one in mind. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are out leaving the market now because they're getting fearful or scared, or they've lost a lot of money because they've been leverage trading. So obviously you've got to be very, very careful and have a risk plan. That's what I keep saying. You know, we can have these big moves up to the upside. We can get big corrections as well. But what we can see here, stock markets, we're getting a lot of fear in the markets because a lot of data that's coming out of the US economy. In terms, it's been good. The economy is looking fairly okay, but the markets doesn't like that. They want to see, unfortunately, they want to see people lose their jobs. But what we're seeing is we're starting to see people get jobs. We aren't seeing the jobs numbers come down. We're seeing them go up. And we're seeing less and less unemployment or unemployed people. And the market, when there's good news, they see it as bad news. And when there's bad news, the market likes it. And that's where we get the moves to the upside. But right now, it's not in the favor of the markets. But like I said, with the crypto market, fear and greed, I think this is pretty much broken. I'm not seeing that there's greed at all. I think we're about neutral at the moment, coming down to fear, in my opinion, because I'm seeing on X and a lot of other social medias, there's a lot of people who are frustrated, angry, and have lost money. They're all waiting for alt season. They feel like it's never going to come. They're getting bored. They're getting fed up. And they're selling up and going. That's what I feel like what's happening at the moment. And I feel like that could be a bad mistake. I feel this is an opportunity to DCA it in. Nothing I say on here is financial advice either. And one of the coins and actually before getting to that, this is what I'm watching out for at the moment. Core CPI data, inflation data. This inflation data is what's going to make ultimately the decision for the FOMC at the end of the month, because we've got the meeting coming towards the end of the month. So we've got CPI month on month and year on year. Now we can see CPI month on month is around about 0.3. That's why it's forecasted, and 2.9 year on year. The previous were 0.3 and 2.7. So obviously we want to see either hold the line to the forecast, or we want it to see inflation start to drop down. And obviously from that, maybe a bit more bullish for the markets in general. But obviously we've got to wait for that data to come out, because don't forget, the market's very cyclical. You know, we think it's going to come down, and then for some reason the market feels like, no, actually we want it to go up. So you just got to bear that one in mind. But one of the coins that I have been DCAing into, it's CRO, because of crypto.com, what they're doing with the roadmap for 2025 banking stocks. Bitcoin as well. They're doing the Bitcoin incentives as well as the level ups. And also we've got the burns coming from the Cronos chain, the quarterly burns, which we don't know much about just yet. But obviously fundamentals and burns will be absolutely fantastic for the CRO token. It'll get that momentum up because right now we've hit our heads on that 20 pence mark a few times now, and we've just broken down to the downside. And now we're testing an area of support. But what we've created is we've created a falling wedge, which is generally pretty bullish because what happens is you get the price coming down, volume coming down, and at some point you will get a breakout. And you can see this blue line here, that's a flagpole. You extrapolate that to here, you get another flagpole. Now, where does that flagpole take us? It takes us to around about that 40 pence mark. And you're just going to say to me on some of the comments, we can't even get past 20 pence. And I get that. There's a lot of resistance around that kind of area. But it won't take us much to get past that if we get some mega bullish news regarding, we go live in Hong Kong, we get some extra bullish news come out from crypto.com, but also we get announcements regarding burns as well. We want to see burns because I know some people don't like it, but what burns do is it brings the supply down. When there's demand there as well, that moves the price up. We saw that with BitGet token from BitGet Exchange. They had those burns, pump to the upside. 400% it moved up. When people say they don't want to see burns, it's absolutely crazy. I'm here to make money, and that's what I want to do. And hopefully you want to make money as well. But we've got this falling wedge. It's generally bullish to the upside. Now, we have got a lot, like I said, we have got a lot of resistance up here. And this is a price action concepts on Lux Algo. We've got a lot of air resistance, not down there, just down here at that 20 pence mark, but up here at the 40 pence mark as well. But the first line of attack would be smash that through that 20 pence because it is getting frustrated and it is frustrating a lot of people in the Crow fam as well. But look, if you zoom out, look what happened. Every time we get these big falling wedges, we get impulsive moves to the upside. Falling wedge, big impulsive move to the upside. And again, we had that falling wedge here, big impulse move to the upside. And I'm expecting, and that's why I'm not selling, I feel like we're going to get some really bullish news come soon. That's what I'm thinking. And is it going to be about the birds or more to do with crypto.com? But all I say is right now, if you're selling, in my opinion, nothing I say is financial advice. It's absolutely crazy, in my opinion. But what we have seen coming out is Bitcoin spot ETFs. We came out with 149.35 million outflows. And also we've got outflows coming from the ETH as well of 68 million. But I'm not surprised with what's happening with the stock markets as well. But looking at Bitcoin as well, Bitcoin is getting primed, in my opinion, for a move to the upside because it's starting to cause a bullish pennant flag. See the blue lines there? If I zoom out, zoom in a little bit more, we can see it's creating a bullish pennant right now. And then we've got the flagpole here, just like we did with CRO. Extrapolate that to the other side. Here, potential move to the upside will just take us around up to about that $194,000. Now, it's not going to take much for that. If we get some news from Donald Trump regarding using Bitcoin as a reserve to back the dollar, or they're looking to buy more Bitcoin, obviously that is going to be a catalyst for a massive move to the upside. And don't forget, we've got Donald Trump. He's pro-crypto. He owns crypto himself. He's also got people around him that owns crypto as well. Who is going to be the SEC chair? Are they going to be pro-crypto? I'm pretty sure they will be, and no doubt they might own crypto as well. So, but overall, it's looking pretty bullish. We've got money on the oscillator that's been coming out, but it's starting to level out now to potentially move to the upside. But also, what I'm watching, this is very, very long term. This is not short term to medium term. This is very, very long term. When you look on the yearly on Bitcoin, you know, your trend is your friend to the very end. And the trend has just been going up and up and up. And we can see here, what's created is bear market, 3 white soldiers here, bear market. We've got 3 white soldiers again. This was back in 2019, 20, up to 2021. Then we had that bear market, didn't we, in 2022. Look what we got again. We got 1 white soldier, 2 white soldier. We have not formed yet that 3rd white soldier. So again, I'm watching this very, very carefully. And then if you look on the monthly as well, which is still looking pretty bullish in my opinion, and the trend is your friend. We're nowhere near yet hitting all-time high. And we can see where we've hit on the trend all-time high. This is taking us up to a whopping, potentially, $300,000. Are we going to get to that? I'm not too sure, but we could do. But the trend is your friend, and we're still moving on the way up. So, and they can see the oscillator, money flow is on the increase as well. So just bear that one in mind. Got a lot of things going on, and that's why I'm not getting bearish. But what's also building up as well, we've got a lot of liquidity. This is on the 1 month. A lot of liquidity is starting to build up again, up to the upside. We snapped a lot of that liquidity down at 91 to 90,000. We've hit that now, and now are we going to start pushing towards the upside? But look, all that liquidity, it's starting to get thicker and thicker and thicker. So we've got a lot of liquidity building up towards the upside, and that's taken us all the way up to $128,000. So, like I said, when people are bearish, people are fearful, it's an opportunity, in my opinion, to buy the dip. Look at the Bitcoin rainbow as well. That is still showing that we're still cheap. We've gone through the accumulation, and now we're still cheap. And they're still down there. And this has been a pretty reliable indicator, in my opinion, looking at this. So it's worth just checking out that rainbow. Again, it's looking pretty good. What I am also watching for as well is because what's brought a lot of fear in the market, a lot of downside, is also looking at this. This is from Silk Road, the US government. People are saying they've sold. They haven't sold yet. What they've done is they've done some test runs over these past 2 to 6 days. What's going to happen? I think this is going to be over the counter. This is going to be an OTC, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it's going to be an OTC. They're going to sell it over the counter because they don't want to see too much fluctuations in the market. If they drop that, it's going to drop down. But look, Bitcoin, actually, let's go back to Bitcoin a sec. Because if we look at Bitcoin at the moment, actually go on here and go to coin market cap, Bitcoin is sitting at $1.87 trillion. What they're selling here is $6.5 billion. Now, the liquidity in the market could absorb that, in my opinion, but I still think it's going to be over the counter. So there's nothing to fear, I don't think. Like I said, we might get a bit more fear in the market, and people might panic sell a little bit more, and, you know, it is what it is. But what I'm also watching here is Bitcoin dominance as well. Bitcoin dominance as well is topped out. We dropped down out of that rising wedge. We get area resistance around this area, around about that 59% mark. We've dropped down for that. Now we're coming into the red zone. Money inflow has been coming up, but now it's leveled out. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a drop down in dominance, which I think could well happen. We want to see a dominance drop because obviously that's going to be good for the altcoins. We want to see Bitcoin go sideways and then Bitcoin dominance drop down to the downside. That's what I'm hoping to see, because what I think is happening here is we've seen Bitcoin actually rise up, but we're not seeing dominance rise up too much. It's starting to level out a little bit now, because we're starting to see, though we've seen a lot of altcoins drop down, they're starting to take a bit of market share now. And that's what I'm waiting for now, that Bitcoin dominance to drop out, and that's when we're going to get that alt season. So be careful out there at the weekend. Liquidity dries up a little bit and manipulated by the whales. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Smash that like button and give a subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.